All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the 22nd day of May, 2013. Let's see. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2013. Let's get right into the results here, okay? We had 39 ticks profit on gold, 8 ticks profit on crude oil, and 8 ticks profit on copper, and 4 ticks profit on the Russell. It was a pretty good day. We were up better than that at one point, but I don't win every single trade. That puts us, let's just go through it here. The 22nd of May, we were up 4 ticks on the Russell, 8 ticks on crude oil, 39 ticks on gold, and 8 ticks on copper. All right. It took us 38 minutes and 4 trades to get to plus $190 a contract. That was our 2 points for the day. We had 15 trades overall on the day today. I was saying there was a lot of volatility today, so we had more trades than normal today. The average number of trades is about 11, but we were up, today and yesterday we had a lot of volatility, so we had a few extra trades in there. On the month, we are up $5,020 as of right now. Our goal is to get up above $5,392.50. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that tomorrow, but we don't know. All right. So far on the month, we've taken 188 trades. We're up $5,020 gross. If you apply an $8 per turn commission to each trade that we took, and I know $8 is high, but you would still be up a net of $3,516. Our big winner on the month is clearly gold right here. It's multiples of the other ones. Today and yesterday we had some big numbers on gold. Actually, all during the month, gold has been really, really jumpy. So, getting in a trade and getting some good yardage out of a gold trade isn't that hard to do right now. The sad part is if it goes against you, because there's two sides to that coin. But if you're using our indicators, then in our trade setups and what we teach you in the live trading room and throughout the whole mentoring package, then you should be on the proper side of that, like I am most of the time. That said, we did have a partner today, James, who in the partners meeting, if he lets me, I'll show everybody what he was doing. He sent me a whole bunch of screenshots today. But he was up over $2,000 on gold today per contract. It was big moves in gold. Big moves in gold. All right. Now, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, sign up for the free trial. There's a big move on gold right there. Sign up for the free trial. Okay? In the free trial, you will get access to everything that we have here in the live trading room. All the charting platform, the indicators, Dwayne and myself, the live trading room. You'll get access to everything except the weekly partners meetings and the members area. Okay, you will not get those things. Speaking of that, there is a partners meeting tomorrow night, 9 p.m. The revised version of the CFPB flow, or CF Flow PB, the revised version of that, I will have that for you guys in the partners meeting tomorrow night. I just wanted to give you all a bigger look at some of the things here that with the CF Flow PB, it's really something, it is. It is. I don't mind saying that, even though I'm a little biased. If you just take off these other things, would you look at that? If you went long here, you went really well. If you went short here, you did well. If you went long here, you did well. If you went short here, you did okay. These are 8-tick bars. So each one of these bars is $80 per contract. If you went long here, you did well. No short in here. If you went long here, you did well. If you went short here, stop to break even. So you're out of that at break even. If you went long here, this one you would have stopped out on. There had to be one. But if you went short there, you did well. Again, if you went long here, you would have stopped out. There's 2. If you went long here, though, you would have done well. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? Anyway, we should have the most recent version of that in the partners meeting tomorrow night. All right, for all the partners to grab. I do want to put the things back on here so I can go through the trades on gold, but we did well today. All right, I think we're up over $600 a contract at the end of the morning session. We were up $390 a contract on gold, at $80 a contract on crude. That puts us up $470. Add $100 a contract on copper. That's $570. And add $40 on the Russell. That puts us up $610 a contract today. And right at the end of the day, we gave back $100 on copper too. So if I hadn't taken that trade, we would have been up even better. Now, let me just run through the trades that we took here today. Okay. If you are on the free trial and you want to become a partner, you want to get into that partners meeting tomorrow night, you should have something in your inbox right now. If you were on the free trial yesterday, you should have something in your inbox right now from yesterday afternoon that tells you how to become a partner. Okay? If you want to become a partner, you need to take care of that. If you don't have it in your inbox, or if you weren't on the trial yesterday or you weren't there yesterday, just send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net with the words partner info in it, and we will ship it off to you as quickly as we can. All right. Now this is gold. You can see gold was just bouncing all over the place this morning. This is gold on the 4-tick range chart. We missed a ton of trades, clearly. We missed tons and tons of trades. We got long here. This was our very first trade. I made a mistake on this first trade because I went long when the black line was below the BBC. I took a 1-tick stop out on that. Okay, 1-tick loss on that. Everything flipped around and dropped down over here. We didn't have any trade right in here. There was a shorting opportunity right in here. Would have been a break-even trade. Nothing in here as it went sideways. Right here, nothing because we needed to close up above this level. So there was nothing through all this right here. Okay? Until it got over here. Right in here is when you started having more trades. Okay, there was a long trade in there. There was a long trade right here. There was a long trade right there. Nothing here on the short side. More long trades. Nope, nothing there, sorry. Long trade right here. You see, I was looking down here at the bottom for the divergence. Right in here, we didn't have bullish divergence, so there was no trading right in here. But right up here, it pulled back a little bit, gave an up close with the bullish divergence down there. There was a long trade there, followed up by another one right there, and another one right over here. So on this move up right here, you should have been able to capture several ticks. When it changed directions and it started moving down, you would have been looking to get short. The first spot would have been right here, okay, with the bearish divergence, because when you're drawing these trend lines, you're drawing it up here, you're looking for a down close below the trend line, and you get this wick, so you would have been drawing it sideways practically like this. This was the first down close. So right there you would have shorted, taken some profit. Down close of that, nope, you would have needed a down close below that, which would have been right here for another possible shorting opportunity. It changed directions, but you didn't have any opportunity to get long. It changed directions again, no opportunity to get short. So right in here, through all this stuff where it was all choppy and going back and forth, there were no trades. There were no trades in there until you get right over here. All right, right here, there's a shorting opportunity. I would have gotten a break even on it. It did go down about 8 or 10 ticks, but I would have gotten a break even on it. It changed directions. News events came in right here. High impact news events came in. Changed directions. There was an opportunity to get long. Nothing right in here. Then I would have been looking for a higher swing before I got long on this again. All right, we didn't get the higher swing until way over here. So there was an up close above the trend line right here that I would have been looking at for a long trade. All this chop in here, nothing. Okay, big move up, still no opportunity right there. Pull down, tested the BBC with an up close, but the trend line was like this. So still really nothing in here as it chops sideways. Now, when all this is happening, this is from 10:06 to 10:07. There's no way to get into this. All right. Then gold just started to run. Now you can see 10:08 to 10:09. There were a bunch of opportunities to short on the way down here, but you would have had to have been right on top of your game to get into that market. All right, we had a big giant head and shoulders right in here, and there's a shoulder. There's a shoulder. When it broke that shoulder or the neckline right here, it really tanked. Okay, it dropped down significantly. And if you look at that on a larger time frame, it's a huge drop, and it's easier to see on a larger time frame. Either way, there was divergence in here, so there was opportunity to short the thing. When it got sideways in here, there was bullish divergence and prices trading below the BBC, so there's no trading in there. Dropped down in here again. There was only one spot where we had bearish divergence to short right in here. Changed directions. Now you have bullish divergence. You could have gotten long right in there, long right in here. Changed directions again. You have bearish divergence down here, so there were opportunities to short. Change directions again. There was no place to go long in here. Let's see, we had bullish divergence right in here. Wait, we had bearish divergence over here. There was a spot. I wouldn't have shorted here. I mean, it would have been a winning trade if you did short it, but I wouldn't have shorted here because we didn't have a lower swing. We finally got a higher swing over here. Tested the BBC with an up close, and up it went. Bearish over here, down close, and down it went. Again, down close, and down it went. Right here, long trade. Okay. Right here was a long trade that would have been a break even. And this was gold. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's going to take me forever to go through this. But we had a long trade in here. We had a long trade in here. Obviously we missed a ton of these things. But we had, how many trades did we have on gold? 4 trades, it looks like. So back here at the beginning of the day, we had that first one that made a mistake. Then I didn't do anything on gold for quite a while until that long one over here. And I'm spending a lot of time on gold here. That long trade right there, okay, that was a 21 tick trade. That put us up 20. This put us up 30. And then right at the end of the day, I had that one for a 9 tick gain. All right. Then as I was closing the morning session, I know some of the partners grabbed these long trades right in here. Well, I know one partner anyway grabbed that right there. And since then, it's just been jumping around. All right. It's that. You can start by just doubling it if you want, Keith. You could start by just going to an 8 tick range. Okay? And you use all the same setups. Everything's the same except the risk and the target. Your risk would have to be 16 ticks, but your target would also be a lot bigger. When you're looking at stuff like this, the question was what time frame would I go to, or what tick chart would I go to if we were going to look at a larger time frame because it was too fast. Right here, let's say you entered short right here on an 8 tick range chart. Your risk would have to be 16 ticks. So you'd be in here at 73.4. Okay, your risk would have to be at 75 up here. Okay, but from 73.4, before it even started to pull back right down here, it dropped all the way down to 70. So that's $340 a contract right there before it even started to slow down. Okay, and you're using the same exact trade setups over and over and over again. See that some of them even overlapped in here. You'd be drawing your trend lines, looking for the up close. You'd be looking for the bounce off the BBC with the down close. All the same stuff over and over again. Okay. That was gold. We were plus 39 ticks on gold on 4 trades today. I'm hoping my gold chart's going to go away. There we go. Let me move it over here to the side, and we'll grab the Russell. All right, we were only up 4 ticks on the Russell, but it's just been tanking right in here. Okay, and Jerry F. Fry. Here's the head. All right, it was building a shoulder in here this whole time. It put in the head. It needs to build another shoulder over here. The neckline is still right down here at 70, 75. All right, it looks like it's actually broken the neckline. So you should see a big move down, I would think. Sorry, that was a continuation from this morning. Let's see, on the Russell, we only took a couple of trades on the Russell. Yeah, 2 of them. that's it. That goes into yesterday. There was opportunity here on the Russell this morning, but I had a charting issue for about, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes, and Dwayne took the charts, so I had missed some stuff. Right here was a short on the Russell at 10:30. Here was another one at 10:30. Those were great opportunities to get short and take some good profit. All right. It turned around, changed directions. I got into this long right over here, and I believe I got 4 ticks profit on that. I missed this one over here. I took this one, and I got a break even on that. Those were my 2 trades on the Russell today. The ES was, for a little while, well, not a very long while, for a short while, it was going into a weekly trading zone. So there were some things that we couldn't trade on the Russell because we had to wait for that. But right now, it just had this huge move down here while I've been doing this recap. And you test the BBC and give a down close right there with bearish divergence in a red cycle. So you could have shorted it way up here. Okay? Could have also shorted it right here. So there's 2 spots here where you could have shorted this. Oh, there's more than 2 actually. There's that one. And that one. And let's see. If you missed all that and you just wanted to short it for the last point down into the zone, you could have shorted it right here on this down close right there. All right. Now it should get right down here to 1,000 again. That magical number. All right. That was the Russell today. I did the gold already. Did I do crude oil? I think I missed crude oil. Let's do crude. We're up. We took some trades on crude, and we're up a little bit on crude. All right. Sliding over and over and over and over and over and over. All right. You can see here in the pre-market there was a lot of movement on crude. Crude inventories came out today, and Bernanke also spoke today, so that there was a lot of things moving the markets around today. I didn't do anything in here on crude this morning, but there was a ton to be done. Clearly, if you look down here at the bottom and you have all these divergences and the market is dropping like this, there is a trade setup up here. And when it's happening live, all this stuff is happening. You can see it coming together. Once you know what you're looking for, you can see all this stuff coming together. It's not that complicated. And now that we have the new paint bars, I mean, look at this on gold. It went orange here, and look at that. It went orange all the way up here. The same thing here on crude oil. If it was too fast for you at the 4-tick range level, and you wanted to, you can just flip it to an 8-tick range, and it's just good. It just nails it again and again and again. Let me go over some of the trades we took here on crude, and then I will get into other stuff. I took one soybean trade today. Let's see. I took a trade right here on crude. I got a break even on it. That was my first trade. Took a break even on that one, and I missed all this when it was moving up in here. I was having some issues, and right in here there was a shorting opportunity there and a shorting opportunity there, both of which worked out very well. Another shorting opportunity right here, and another one right here. Okay. There was also one right here that didn't work out. All right, that might have stopped you out. Let's see. I was looking for an opportunity to get short in here, and by the time it came together, there was no room to move down here. Okay, there was a short right in there that worked out well. Then all the divergence changed to the other side, so you had no opportunities in there. It switched directions. Right here, a long opportunity. Okay, a very small long opportunity right there. Changed directions again, a short opportunity there. We actually jumped into this one, took 4 ticks profit. We jumped into this one, took a little bit more profit. Missed that one, took this one for a little bit more profit. And we missed that one. And that was pretty much it on crude oil for the morning. Now, crude, just like gold, crude was really jumpy today. So it was a good market to trade. Nice volatility in the crude oil. All right, the NQ. I didn't say much about the NQ because there was so much else going on. I wasn't focused on the NQ. There was one spot on the NQ that I mentioned this morning. I'm trying to find it. There it is. I said right here you have a long on an up close here, and if you got long there, that was at 32.5, and from 32.5 it went all the way up to 53.40. So what is that? 400? No, it's 800 and something dollars a contract. That move on the NQ, and you know when the NQ is it's $40 a point, and that was 20. Let's just call it 21 points. So it's $840 a contract is what that move would have been. If you, obviously if you took the whole thing, but nobody would have done that. The downside, there were more opportunities here on the downside. Well, right in here, anyway. There was an opportunity to short, and right over here there were opportunities to short. I'm just looking at the divergence down here. Now, in here there was a bunch of chop. Price was trading below the BBC, and you had bullish divergence, so there's no trading. There's just chop. In here was an opportunity to get long. Right in here with the bearish divergence, opportunities to get short there, and right in here. All right. And did that wrap it up? Nope, it started to go up in here. There are a couple opportunities to get long in there on that move up. Choppy, down, it started to go down. There was nothing right up here at the top. It was right in, nothing in there either. I would have waited. Right over here is probably where I would have been getting short on this, if I were shorting it at all. But that was outside the live trading room window. I took one trade on soybeans this morning. It ended up being a break even. It came so close to stopping me out. I was in this trade forever. For me, I was in this trade for like a half an hour. And it took forever for the thing to get back up to break even. And then it gave 4 ticks profit. I moved my stop up to break even. And it came back and stopped me out. And right after it stopped me out at break even, it ran all the way up there like that. And that was it. We stopped watching soybeans for the most part after that because it was pretty messy. The way it's coming together right here, if you guys are watching it, we have bearish divergence. We have red on the cycle. We either need a test of the BBC and a down close, or just a down close below this trend line. That's what we need on soybeans. The ES was moving all over the place today. We didn't take any trades on the ES, but there were certainly trades to be taken. We pointed out a couple of them. The first one was right here, was a long trade. That went all the way up to the weekly trading zone, through the weekly trading zone, head and shoulders pattern. Here's a head, here's a shoulder, neckline broke, and it dropped all the way down here. We pointed out a shorting opportunity here. This was after the fact, but there was a shorting opportunity there as well on the way down. There was another one right in here on the way down. Okay, and another one right here on the way back up to the weekly trading zone. Okay, currently you have bearish divergence, you have blue on the cycle. You have to draw a trend line. You need a down close below that trend line. All right, a down close below that trend line. That was it over there. On this one, this is copper. We took a couple of trades in copper today. A few trades in copper. We took this one right here. Did I show that many? Yeah, I did. Okay, I counted 4 trades. We took this one right here that ended up being a break-even trade. Right after we took that, obviously, it ran up. The next trade that we took was right here. We got long in here, and it ran up 16 ticks. Okay. That was a nice opportunity. We missed this short opportunity here on the way down. And, there were a couple other opportunities in here, but I didn't like the divergence, so I wasn't looking to take them. Over here we had better divergence, but I missed that opportunity. Changed directions, and I got in here. I got long, and I ended up taking a break even on this. It ended up going up nicely, even though I took a break even. Then the very next trade, this was right before the close of the live trading room this morning. I went long on this bar right here, and it stopped me out to the tick pretty much before it moved up. Currently, there was another shorting opportunity right there on copper. Currently, it's testing the BBC. It needs a down close below this trend line that I'm going to draw. This is the trend line as it stands. So a down close below that trend line. A down close of this bar right here would be a spot to short the copper. Right there. So there's a copper short right there at 38.15 or 38.10. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at the euro. The euro jumped all over the place today too. We pointed out a couple of spots. This was after the fact this morning. I might have pointed this one out, but all these were after the fact. I might have not even pointed that one out. I don't remember. I think I pointed this one out in the live trading room. Yeah, I think that's the one I pointed out in the live trading room, and all these were after the fact. You know, they were all there. If you were watching it, you could have traded it, but I wasn't watching it. There was a long opportunity in here, bullish divergence to close above the trend line right there. You needed a higher swing to take another one. There was one right here, close above the trend line right in there. Then it changed directions. If you were looking to short it, you would have shorted it right here, probably stopped out right there. Okay, it changed directions again. If you were looking to go long, right in here is where you would have gone long for a nice move up. Then a win, a win, a win, a win. Tested the BBC with a down close below it right here for another one. And changed directions again for the move up. All right. Changed directions again, dropped through the weekly trading zone, and wow, went zone to zone to zone. Actually, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Look at that. Look at that. It started way up here, and it went from this weekly trading zone to this weekly trading zone. Then from that weekly trading zone down to this weekly trading zone. So it passed through 2 zones today. That's a big move. And that was the euro. Now, I believe I covered everything, right? Pretty sure. What did I say on soybeans? We need a down close below that line on soybeans. On whatever this is, the ES, we need a down close below that line. On the copper, I had said the entry was actually right here at 38.15 or 38.10. That's now dropped all the way down to 37.90, 37.85. So that is from 38.15 to 37.85. That's what, 30 basis points. That's 6 ticks. That's the equivalent of a 1.5 in the ES. All right, look for the green line to get down into the cycle. That's what you expect. All right, with that, I'm going to wrap up my recording here, guys. I've been going for a while. We had a lot of stuff. I mean, the more volatility there is, the more trades we're going to have, and without over trading, we still managed to do pretty well today. All right, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. If you have taken a free trial with us and you want to become a partner, send us an email at CFRN. At support@cfrn.net. Just say partner info in it, and we'll send you the information you need. Okay. If you are on the free trial right now and you don't have the information you need to become a partner, again, just send us an email at support@cfrn.net, or you can call me at 949-423-6464. Again, that's 949-423-6464. Okay, if I can't pick it up, just leave me a voicemail, and I will get back to you. All right, that's it, guys. We had we're up $610 a contract today, even though we ended up missing 30 minutes of the whole thing. And there was a lot more than that to be had. We have one partner that grabbed over $2,000 a contract today on gold alone. There's a lot more to be had. All right. The ES just gave the down close below that trend line. Look for the green line to get down into the cycle. The copper, look for the green line to get down into the cycle. The NQ had a long trade over here. Soybeans have nothing, so we're going to drop it with that. All right, we're up $5,020 per contract so far in the month of May. And with that,